This episode of Connecting the Art.tv on gablocal.tv is brought to you by The Break Room, a Metro eatery in downtown Topeka.
Chris Schultz here with Connecting the Art.tv, and we're at the Break Room studio, and we have John Holcomb, who is a nominee for an Arty Award from Arts Connect. John, thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
Really do appreciate having you here with us. Let's start off a little bit. Give us the elevator speech about your background with the Topeka art scene.
Well, I grew up here in Topeka, just north Topeka in Jackson County, and when I came back from college, which I went away for college to Arkansas, I came back here and knew I wanted to pursue art, but I had no idea what that would look like. So I just kind of dove in to what I thought I should be doing, and it wound up becoming a series of prints that I had started called the United Plates, and I did my first show in Topeka in 2009, I believe. I think it was April. And did that at the Upstage for the Jayhawk Theater renovation project.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I've just done First Fridays intermittently and shows around at PTs and one at Noto before, as well as I worked at an ad agency here in town as a designer for a few years, which is sort of part of the art scene, I would say.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of the flyby version of that.
All right. Now, if you had to select just one person who shaped you the most, who would it be?
I'd answer that artistically. It'd probably be a professor. I had actually had two. It's a cop-out answer, I know, but when I was in college, I was like a normal kid. I thought I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how that would look, and then I stumbled on this art thing, and these two professors, Professor Peer and Professor Armstrong, both gave me different things that I'm now using in my art every day. One guy taught me about being free and using texture and making things as crazy as you can. The other guy taught me about color, and I combined those as well as giving me the appreciation for art history. So I would say those two guys from the art standpoint.
Okay, so let's go back before college. When the 8-year-old version of you, what were you doing in your spare time?
I was going to the NBA. And
Really?
I was shooting free throws in the backyard. NBA was my ticket out, if you would say. I didn't realize I was going to be too short, too slow, and too adverse to athletics and physical fitness. But yeah, I was all about basketball at age 8. It turned into music there afterwards too. But at age 8, it was basketball.
Okay, so what's your opinion of the Topeka art scene, the state of where we are today?
It's pretty strong. It's to be an artist, you have to have multiple avenues of income to make it. You can't fully rely on just one avenue selling work or what have you. So Topeka has good opportunities for showing. I would say that's strong. Other avenues of making opportunities to display your work might be lacking a little bit, but the actual opportunity to show work is good. Noto's doing great. First Fridays are pretty good. So I would say overall, I say it's strong.
All right, and what about to the people who nominated you for an Arty Award? What would you like to say to them?
I'd obviously tell them thank you. I actually know who did it because they're friends. They told me they did. It's not like a fake humility or a disinterest in it, but when it comes to getting attention, artists always kind of have that weird balance between look at me and look at my art. And so I definitely appreciate look at me. I'm the guy that makes it. And so I do appreciate someone noticing and taking the time to nominate me for what I do, even though, deep down in your brain you want people to notice the art. And so I take it that way, and that way I just say thank you.
And what would you like to say to the other folks who are nominated for Arty Awards?
Good luck.
All right.
No, just kidding. I would say good luck, and honestly, I don't know what their stories are, how long they've been working at it. We kind of tend to think of these awards as random, or you don't necessarily know on day-to-day who's judging and how they're judging you, and the arbitrary nature of it. But I actually don't agree with that. I think it's kind of like it's life in general. It's all kind of arbitrary. So hopefully, if someone else has had their journey takes them to this point, and they need it, and they need to win, that's great. I'm going to New York myself this day after the Arty Awards, I think, to be part of this show for American Illustration. I got work in a nationally published book that I have been submitting to for a few years and been rejected to before. So to the people that have been nominated here, I just know how it goes, and good luck is the succinct answer, and the other part was the long answer. So
Absolutely. I like it. It's like we all just come here to celebrate.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're doing.
yeah.
What would you like to see for Topeka's art scene, say, 5 years from now?
Those kind of questions are tough because I don't really look ahead even in my own life. I'm not a huge fan of planning. I know that some people say if you don't plan, you plan to fail, but I tend to not really plan. I don't have visions for the future. I just want to make new work. I want to be able to keep going. I want to make it to the next year and be able to paint in that year. So I would say just hopefully keep the scene, what scene's going, but be able to organize it in a way that's more concise and clear as to what we want from people who come visit, what you want to see from the crowds, and what they're supposed to look at. Sometimes it feels a little scattered. You know, it's all over town, and so maybe a little more focused in approach on specific artists from Friday to Friday or specific places would be a rough idea, maybe.
And was there anything I didn't ask you in the interview session you think I should have?
No. I mean, I was told this was all about my art and Topeka, so it sounds like you covered that.
Awesome.
I've just been passionate about art my whole life. As I said, I was interested in NBA and all these other things, but art has always been with me the whole way. And so as you go along through life, you just start rejecting things that you're not meant to do, and art has always been there for me. I've enjoyed working in Topeka because it's a different pace than if you're working in a big city. And so, no, I think you asked all the Topeka questions very well.
Would you say that you think, you know, in big city artists versus an arts community like Topeka, are there specific advantages here that, say, don't exist where people go to the art meccas?
It's kind of tough. Art, it really is meant to make it the robust career you want. It really doesn't need the big city. I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. The internet is helping to shave off some of those harsh realities of being out here when everyone's over there kind of mentality. But Topeka gives you the opportunity to be anonymous. You can work on your craft, which is the most important thing you can do, is to look at yourself and criticize yourself and work some more. So Topeka offers that anonymous nature. You can even be anonymous when you're hanging work in your shows. People don't even know what you're doing. So it gives you that aspect, but it does not give you the number of opportunities to permanently display work and permanently have things for sale on display.
All right. Okay, excellent. Okay, now I can't let you go before we do the notorious lightning round here.
Okay.
It's where we put 60 seconds on our fake clock, and we ask you some personality questions. You just tell us the things that pop to
Family
your
Feud.
mind. Yeah, right there. Okay, we got 60 seconds on the fake clock. All right, good. Here we go. In your opinion, what was the greatest movie ever made?
Oh man, I have to say one, it would be The Breakfast Club, narrowly edging Princess Bride.
Good job, good job. Which big-name celebrity do you idolize the most?
If it's art, it's Matisse. If it's a musician, it's Dave Grohl. If it's an actor, it's Jason Schwartzman.
Very nice. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
In infinite time.
Good one. Did you have any tattoos?
No. I always thought I should. Then I realized I'm an all-in kind of guy, and I would just be all in, and I would be covered in them. So my addictive personality better not get tattoos.
If you could take one personal item with you on a trip to Mars, what would it be?
Cop out, but I say pencil. Sounds pretty cheesy, but I would. Would I need paper to go with it?
Yeah.
So I would say something like that.
All right. Who are the top 3 people who make you laugh the most?
Man, Louis Anderson. On the TV show for Zach Galifianakis, so Zach Galifianakis would count.
Yeah.
And Jared Hess.
Awesome. What's your favorite kind of sandwich?
Cheeseburger.
And what about your favorite kind of music?
Punk rock.
All right. And if you were an ice cream flavor, what flavor would you be?
Vanilla. I love vanilla.
Why is
Plain
that?
old vanilla.
Just-
You don't need to put anything on it for me.
All right. And who's your favorite local talk show host?
You.
Oh, thank you. All right,
Ralph
perfect.
Hipp? No, I'm just kidding.
I like him too. He's pretty cool. John Holcomb, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us.
no problem.
Really do appreciate you coming by, and congratulations on your Arty Award nomination.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you, and thank you for all you do to contribute to the art scene in our community. Really do
Thank you.
appreciate it.
No problem.
You bet.